TV. Hey man, listen, I got one for y'all today, right? I'm about to drop one for y'all, man. First of all, young people, stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, stay out of prison. If you ever been, please don't go back. If you never been, man, don't go. Be a leader doing the right things. Be a leader doing the right things. Hey, listen, let's get them subscriptions up, man. Y'all know I got something, man, that I'm bringing to social media that is gonna be different, but we got to get the subscriptions up first. Um, man, listen. Oh dang, I ain't shaved, man, but I'm anyway, man. Y'all don't pay attention to that right now. I'm trying to grow my mustache back out a little bit wider or whatever, so I ain't shaved. But anyway, man, I'm gonna drop one on y'all today, man. I'm gonna drop one on y'all today, man. I'm gonna talk about the Atlanta camp, man. The Atlanta camp. Now, typically, when you talking about a federal prison camp, then you usually talking about um, places where they send, the judges and the politicians and stuff like that, and that is true. You know what I'm saying? Camps are not like being in penitentiaries. You know what I mean? When you talk about violence and bloodbaths and murders all the time and these big, huge gang wars, you talking about penitentiaries. You talking about the supermax, um, and even in a lot of cases, you talking about the medium security, right? But then when you get down to the low security, it ain't a lot of bloodbaths. It ain't a lot of, you know what I'm saying, just people getting stabbed up every day and stuff like that. Oh, people getting busted up now, but it's not to the same level. It's gonna happen, but it's not to the same level. People gonna get them locks in the sock and all that type of stuff, but it's not with the same frequency as at a penitentiary or something. So when you get down to the camp, you at minimum security at the camp, right? But every camp is not the same. And that's what I try to tell people too. Every camp is not the same. The mentality of the camp can vary for different reasons or circumstances, right? Okay. Like you got a camp, let's just compare a camp real quick. You got Maxwell prison camp, federal prison camp, that's on a military base, right? Down in Alabama, right? Well, it's carried a certain way. You got military people, you know what I'm saying, around, and you know what I'm saying, you got that kind of professionalism that come along with it. You can talk about some other camps in other places that's like that. But when you talking about the Atlanta camp, it's a different situation, man. It's not a penitentiary. That ain't what I'm saying. But the mentality is different. The Atlanta camp sits on the same grounds as the Atlanta Federal Penitentiary, which they changed it now from a penitentiary to a medium high. But you got these same officers, these same kind of administration, these same counselors and case managers and stuff who've been there for years and years and years with this penitentiary mindset, right? They the same people who work the penitentiary, who work the camp. And so it's gonna kind of run and operate with kind of the same efficiency. You know what I'm saying? Then the Atlanta camp sits in the middle of the city. So when you at a camp and you got minimum security, so people get in stuff at a camp, and I'm breaking this to you. I'm breaking this down to you for a reason, right? So people get into situations at a camp. Nobody want to leave the camp. So out of all the fights and the scuffles and the, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that happened at the Atlanta camp, you still trying to get away with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get your one-on-one with somebody, and y'all gonna get it in, and ain't nobody gonna tell. You gonna have a lot of them kind of situations. Versus if you was at a higher level security, the police are gonna see the fight. They're gonna see it on camera, or they're gonna see it from the booth or wherever they at, and then they're gonna send the goon squad. They're gonna come rushing in, and they're gonna, They gonna alleviate the danger. Well, at a camp, the police not gonna see you. If 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 I was back in my dorm scuffling with somebody, the police ain't finna see me because ain't no police gonna be back there. You see what I'm saying? Um, man, I'm gonna give y'all man, let me tell y'all about I'm gonna tell y'all about Scott. Gotta tell y'all about my partner Scott. I brought this story to Facebook like a while back when I was trying to decide if I was gonna even do a YouTube channel. So we talking about over a year and something ago, I think. So I'm gonna tell y'all about Scott, right? We at the Atlanta camp, right? And Scott was a brilliant, brilliant dude, smart as all outdoors, man. But when you look at him, that's what you see. You when you look at him, you see nerd, brainiac, bookworm, like that's what you see. But the difference is this dude grew up in the hood. He was just smart. You know what I'm saying? He just liked to learn. He liked education, and he was great at it. He wasn't just good at it. He was great at it. Um, Now the thing about Scott is, that's my partner too, man. Scott, he talk a lot. Like you cannot out talk him now. He talk a lot, and he know what he be talking about. That's what used to get up under people's skin, right? So Scott, a lot of people used to feel like, man, you know what I'm saying, little dude think he know it all or whatever. So people used to, you know what I'm saying, try to call him Urkel and stuff like that, right? He wore the little glasses. He real little dude. You know, Scott probably wasn't no more than five, I don't know, maybe 5'8", 5'9", 150 pounds or something like that, maybe 140. He was a little dude. And when he talk, you know, he even speak proper, but he got his slang, you know what I'm saying, with it, man. Anyway, um, so here's the thing though. So when you at when you in prison and like people are like, you know what I'm saying, kind of trying to pick on you. I'm gonna say that Scott was kind of like people would you eat a lot of people just didn't like Scott because they felt like Scott talked too much. They felt like he always tried to like belittle people when he brought forth information or something like that. You know what I mean? Like he gonna let you know that he right, and 9 times out of 10 he's dead right. He gonna let you know that he's right, and then so people be looking at him like, man, this little, you know what I'm saying, little dude. They be thinking like, man, they can just smack him around or something. Now they ain't smacked him. They ain't smacked him, but there was a lot of talk about smacking him and stuff, right? So as time went on, then okay, let me break this part down. So another thing is, see, when you at a camp, half the inmates there don't work their way down from the higher securities. Some people that came from the USP on down. Some people that came from the medium down or the low down or whatever. But so when you come to the camp and you done been locked up for 17 years and you still got 9 years to go and they done sent you to a camp where you still got a mentality of a medium high inmate, or you got 30-year sentence and you done, you know what I'm saying, how many of them, 15, 17, 18 years, and they send you to a camp. Now you still got that mentality, you know what I'm saying, because it's a difference between an inmate and a convict. An inmate don't understand and don't respect prison rules and prison politics. A convict know how to bid and know and understand the difference between, street rules and prison rules and everything like that. So you got them mentalities. So people just looking at Scott and they saying, man, dude, talk too much, man. I do this, and that. You know what I'm saying? I do this to him, you know. And so by the time Scott made, you know what I'm saying, came to the camp, I was the compound pastor. Um, so I'm like the basically the spiritual leader on the compound. Even though you got other spiritual faith groups and stuff on the compound, I'm like you know what I'm saying, the main guy, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. So I started talking to Scott, man, and you know what I'm saying, me and him would be talking, and we'll be talking a lot about business, and we'll be talking a lot about the scriptures and stuff, right? Well, so we started talking and stuff, and what I realized is, man, he's shown enough a nerd. Yeah, he talk a lot, but he know what he be talking about. Another thing I realized is that even though they think he looked like Urkel or something like that, he wasn't no scary dude. Another thing I learned is that he from the hood for real. You know what I'm saying? Just like all us or the rest of the dudes around there, right? So he was not scared at all. So I started to realize, man, this little joker kind of crazy for real. This little dude kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like he kind of throw it off for real. And I'm, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just visualizing, you know what I'm saying? Sitting there talking to him and stuff. And I'm like, boy, he had to be like that growing up, because growing up in the hood with his demeanor, with him being as smart as he is, and stuff like that, he probably didn't fit in with all the other dudes in the hood because he was different. Right now, today, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's very good in business and stuff. Right now, today, I won't name the um the uh the nonprofit, but it's a real big nonprofit, national, maybe even international, but I know national um, nonprofit, where he sits on the board of this nonprofit. He goes and he speaks for them and stuff like that. But that's how much he's revered in business and stuff like that, right? And he sits on the board and stuff for other big companies and stuff like that too. But dude, he was a little dude. He looked frail and all that stuff. But I started realizing, man, dude kind of crazy. He ain't finna lay down. I started understanding that Scott was not about to lay down if one of these dudes put their hands on him. I started realizing, like, nah, he ain't one of them dudes that you just finna smack him and he just gonna tuck his tail and run. So, so when I started hearing people, talking more, and so I told a few people, I said, hey man, I said, hey, I don't know what y'all think, man, but he ain't finna just lay down. He ain't finna just lay. I'm telling y'all now, dude ain't finna just lay down. You know what I'm saying? I know he ain't about 140 pounds or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You think he frail or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But I'm trying to tell you, man, little dude kind of crazy too now. He ain't finna just lay down, man. Y'all put in it. I'm telling you, if you put your hands on dude, you gonna have to go on and, you know what I'm saying, try to finish him off or something, cause dude ain't finna just lay down, right? So okay, so little time, kind of go on and stuff, and he do his thing. And when he making a point, I don't even know why people would keep debating him about anything, because he gonna prove his point. And when he prove his point, he gonna make you know he right. And by the time he finish, he using all them big old words and this, that, and the other, and twist you up. You gonna feel about that big, right? So man, so one day, Scott, you know what I'm saying, he down in the dorm, and everybody got the phones and stuff, man. Everybody got the phones. So Scott down in the dorm, he got his phone, and that's another thing about the counts, boy. It's so many phones at the camp, so many phones. So you ain't supposed to have no cell phone. So Scott got his phone. You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing on his phone. Old Scott doing his thing on his phone. You know what I mean? He might hit me up one day if he see this video or something like that, right? Um, but I would never put his whole name out there, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That's my partner right there. So look, he on the phone. So one of the dudes who he done had, you know what I'm saying, a little friction with, man, a little word, a few words with, dude come over there. Scott sitting on the little desk thing right there. Uh, if you in the dorm and you got these little steel desks, and it got a little chair that swings out, and you sit in it. And when you get finished sitting in it, you swing the little chair back in, right? So he's sitting on the little thing right there. Dude come over there. I forget dude name. Dude come over there, man. Snatch Scott phone. Snatch it and Boom! Bust Scott phone all to pieces, man, on that hard concrete floor. The man done bust Scott phone into 1,000 pieces on that hard concrete floor. Now understand now the disrespect. So for somebody to just think that they can come and just grab your phone and bust it on the floor, and then he, you know what I'm saying, do one of them to Scott, you know what I'm saying, like, talking tough to him, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 blah. Y'all know I don't cuss, so ride with me. Young people, stay out of jail, stay out of prison, man. Just stay out of trouble, period, man. Okay? You won't have to deal with none of this stuff, man. Um, get closer to God, man. Get closer to God, man. You understand what I'm saying? Be busy in your local church, man. Get busy in your local church, young people. So listen, he done bust Scott phone on the ground. The phone is destroyed. So we in prison, man. Now, he can get another phone, but it ain't like being on the street. If you drop your phone, then you can just ride up to AT&T store or the T-Mobile store or whatever and just, get you another phone. Or you can, what I'm saying, call and order you another phone, whatever. But in prison, you got to go through you got to kind of go through a process to get you another phone. Even at the camp, you got to say, okay, man, I got to get my girl to go out here and buy another phone. Then I got to get somebody to go, you know what I'm saying, and get it from her or whatever. And you got to sneak it in, however you get it snuck in, whatever. Or you can buy a phone from inside the prison. Well, even at the camp, it's gonna cost you for the little basic $50 phone. It's still gonna cost you, you know what I'm saying, probably 100, 150, 200, 250, 500. It depends on it depends on the supply and demand at that time, right? But on average, it might cost you about 200 at a camp for a $50 phone. I'm talking about an old busted up phone, right? So, but now the penitentiary, a phone going I'm saying a smartphone or something, oh, it's gonna cost you 1,500, you know what I'm saying? Might cost you 2,000. That depend on the supply and demand, right? But we at the camp, This at the camp right here. So the man done bust Scott phone. So Scott sit there, dude talking tough to Scott, dude walk off. Man, boy, Scott, Scott get up. Scott get up, right? Scott walk off. You know what I'm saying? So now you got dudes that's like taunting the situation. They pouring they pouring gasoline on the situation, right? You got these dudes hollering, "Yeah, ooh, man, you bust up, You got dudes laughing and stuff like that, laughing, ah." Boy, they just don't know Scott crazy now. Scott get up, he ain't say nothing. He walk out. When he come back, probably about 20 minutes or something later, something like that. When Scott come back, boy, Scott got that lock in that sock. He come back, he got that bad boy cuffed. He got it cuffed. Boy, he go around that dude like this. The dude done bust his phone, he like this. Boy, he don't even see Scott coming. By the time he see Scott coming, bop, 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 bop. Man, that boy went crazy with that lock and sock, man. Man, Scott went crazy with that lock and sock, beating that dude. Bop, 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 bop. Beat the brakes off dude. Beat the brakes off of him. Beat the brakes off of him. Punished him. I'm talking about naughty, 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 naughty. Well, you know how Martin Lawrence looked when he fought Tommy Hearns. Y'all remember how Martin Lawrence was looking when Martin Lawrence fought Tommy Hearns? Boy, that's how dude was looking. I ain't even exaggerating. I'm talking about dude about look like that for real, right? So now remember I said we had a count. So a person, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. So he done whooped him. You know what I'm saying? He done whooped him. what I'm saying? Fight over. They done broke it up. Now they got to tend to the dude. They got the dude back there. Police don't know. Police don't know. Police don't even know. Police don't know that this whooping done took place. So now they got dude back there in the bathroom. They trying to bandage him up and trying to get him fixed up. Man, it's too bad. He not gonna be able to hide this right here. He not gonna be able to hide this. You understand? He busted up. He got knots everywhere, right? So now the buzz is, boy Urkel them son, boy Urkel them put that lock in the socket to work, boy y'all see what Urkel did, boy y'all see what Urkel did. I said, man, I told y'all, boy, I told y'all don't mess with Scott, man. Scott ain't finna lay down, boy. He know he undersized. He know that. He gonna get him an equalizer, man. I told y'all, boy, don't mess with Scott, boy. So anyway, the police ended up finding out. I don't remember how the police found out. I don't remember if they, what I'm saying, seen the dude head, seen his face at count time. I can't remember. Or if somebody told the police. I don't remember. So anyway, the police gonna have, what I'm saying, a few people who they gonna get information from or whatever. So they ended up finding out. Even though they tried to say they wasn't fighting, they tried to say that, the dude fell, what I'm saying, in the bathroom or whatever and bust himself up or whatever. That's the common excuse when somebody get beat up and busted up like that. They'll say, man, I fell coming out the shower. They ain't gonna tell who did it. So, but anyway, the police find out. I forget exactly how they found out, but they find out that Scott did it, right? So they lock him up. They lock him up, put him in the hole. They put him in the hole. They do the investigation. They don't crack. They didn't crack. So Scott ended up coming back though. Scott ended up coming back to the compound. I don't remember if dude even ended up coming back to the compound or not. He might didn't even want to come back to the compound, man. After what I'm saying, he don't took that whooping like that, man. I don't know if dude came back to the compound or not. But Scott came back to the compound, man. You know what I'm saying? And and we sat there and we talked and stuff. And then he was like, Mio, man, I told you, man. I told you. You know what I'm saying? Because he used to tell me like what he'd do to somebody and how he done did, stuff to, what I'm saying, the folks who done met. He knew he was undersized. He was a little dude, wasn't no muscles and all this, that, and other one, none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard for him to whoop one of them dudes in there 200 something pounds, you know what I'm saying, straight up. He knew he was gonna need an equalizer. And boy, he didn't care nothing about using one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's Scott, man. Scott um put that equalizer on dude, and boy, he bust dude up, boy. He bust him up, man. Young people, stay out of jail, stay out of trouble, man. Stay out of these penitentiaries, man. Please, man. Go to school. Be the best student in your class, man. All right. Listen to your elders, man. Listen to your parents, okay? It is, man. Listen, man. Just do the right thing, young people. All right. Real Mio TV. Y'all be blessed.